bummed. Finally over. Last night it was all about the North Carolina Tar Heels.
As you can see, the fans went nuts and stormed the court after the final score. In the game, North Carolina beat Gonzaga 71-65. On campus, UNC students say winning never gets old. And check this out. This is pretty cool. It's time-lapse video of students spilling into the streets as the final buzzer sounded. It was North Carolina's 6th title, but the first since 2009. I remember that chaos twice when I was up at UConn.
At UConn,
Yeah,
you were in
won.
the middle of the mosh pit?
I was pretty close.
Yeah, you were.
We
You
were
right
celebrating.
in
A lot of celebrating going on.
I would be
when
nervous
UConn won.
in there, though. I mean, with all the people, don't you get claustrophobic? Like, what if you have to go to the bathroom? Do you, like, raise your hand?
Yeah, I mean,
Excuse
it's
me,
a little bit of chaos, but everyone's happy. Everyone's celebrating on good behavior.
All right. Well, congrats to UNC. Maybe next year, you know, UConn,
Hey,
men or
try
women,
again.
take it home for us. Hey, and whether you're a basketball fan, baseball fan, it kicked off yesterday. This morning, we're talking about the most difficult sports to play and the hardest to watch. So many people say that hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports. How about if you get, like, punched in the face by a boxer?
That's got to be
fun,
tricky. I mean,
right?
hand-eye coordination with boxing. I think the little golf ball is the hardest to hit. I'm trying my best with that.
But see, I'm not, like, I like playing golf, but I can't watch it because I don't want to watch a sport where
slow.
you have to clap like this. Like, what? That's not very
And you
exciting.
whisper and you get, yes, it's true. But it does get exciting, like, towards the end.
How about bowling? You're a big fan of bowling, right?
I enjoy watching bowling because it's so serious.
So you enjoy
it? Like when the whole leg thing happens. Like when you bowl, does your leg come out from under you?
Yeah, it's just
like
that natural. They're like over here.
I haven't quite mastered it yet, I guess.
But they're so into it too. It's not like, oh, we're bowling, we're having a good time. I mean, they're like.
No, we have to ask
it's
Kevin
the
about
real
this
deal.
because it is very serious. I know he's in a couple of leagues, but bowling is interesting to watch.
How about shuttlecock? Have you played?
I'm unfamiliar with that one.
The badminton.
Oh, I know yes, badminton.
Which I can't imagine. Like,
I don't
that
know.
could be
Do
fun.
they televise badminton
no,
often?
That's like an Olympic sport, I think. Yeah, see, it's an Olympic sport. People watch it. That's the real deal.
Oh. I used to like speed skating, like when the Olympics were on. That was fun to watch.
All right, well, hey, guys, tweet us your favorite sports, which ones you don't like watching, which you do, which you like playing. We want to know. Of course, CT Style will make that list because you love watching, right?
All right, so today, Tuesday, April 4th, is National Equal Pay Day, a day to bring awareness to the pay gap between men and women for doing the same job, right?
Yeah, nationally, on average, women make about $10,000 less than their male counterparts every year, and on average, woman earns 79 cents to every $1 man makes. And in Connecticut, it's a little bit better, 83 cents to the dollar.
The day is April 4th because it symbolizes how far into the year women must work to earn what their male colleagues earned in the previous year. Local politicians are up at the Capitol trying to tackle this morning. I think they have their work cut out for them, but that's frustrating to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, I think women should get paid more than men for every job because without women, what would we be? We wouldn't be able to function in real life.
Wow, keep talking, Ryan.
It's
That's
true.
great.
Well, I'm just saying, I think I'd have to work to October to match her salary.
Well, you know, if it's true, I'm
saying.
not saying that, but
Well,
women take on
I'm
a
not
lot
saying
of
that, but I am,
responsibility
but,
at home,
well, true.
too, that I don't know
well,
that
with
men
kids,
typically do.
Charlotte
So
Smith here on the show today, she has 5 at home. I mean, how do you even walk out? How do you do your hair in the morning? How do you do?
Take a shower. We'll have to ask Charlotte all of these questions.
Well, she says
she
showered once this month. That's great to know.
That's good. All right, so using cash for online shopping, that's a possibility now. Amazon is making it happen. The company announced what's called Amazon Cash. It lets customers add cash to their account by using a personalized barcode at certain brick-and-mortar stores. You just go to one of those stores, show your code, and pay the amount you want to add to your account.
How about you just use a credit card? Or
well, I think it's for some people that don't want to have a credit card.
Okay.
So you're just...
Using
maybe it's easier to stay on budget.
Now, you just got in Alexa, the little thing that you talk into?
Yes, it's coming in today. I don't know too much about it. Whoa. I just know that I could talk and order things.
Isn't that scary, though? What if your son's like, I want an Xbox?
Fortunately, he doesn't know about that yet, but we are kind of concerned about, like, he likes these little yogurt bites and he's like these little gummy bears.
Oh.
So if he's going to start ordering them, I don't know.
Be careful.
That'll be fun. So... are you familiar with it? You just talk and you order your Amazon purchases?
Yeah, I guess. I don't have one. We'll have to...
I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah,
and I know that you could control the lights and stuff with your house with Alexa,
fancy.
so we'll see.
Bring it here to the studio. Maybe we can have like a little dance party.
I'm kind of
lighting
interested about
That'd
it.
be fun. Hey, Easter's just a couple of weeks away. Today on the show, we're cooking some lamb chops, which will be pretty tasty. Yep, yummy stuff. But, of course, one of the fan favorites, Peeps. Do you love them? Do you hate them? Some sad news if you are a fan. According to a new survey, the Peeps Easter candy reign is now over. Can you guess what the most popular one is?
I'm not sure, but I'll read the story here.
Oh, good.
According
Okay, thank
to
you.
Retail Me Not, Reese's peanut butter chocolate eggs are what most people want to find in their Easter baskets, followed by chocolate bunnies, jelly beans, Hershey's eggs, and then your marshmallow
Your
peeps.
I think the hollow
I was
bunnies are
just
the
going to
best,
say,
right?
no, I get
Why
so
are you hitting me?
disappointed.
You're very upset
Yes, don't
today.
give me a hollow bunny.
Why?
Because you bite it and then it's done. As
That's the
long
best
as
part.
you get like a solid one, you could gnaw on that.
No,
like,
you're
forever.
supposed to, the hollow one, you eat the ears and then you gnaw, well, you can bite off the tail, I
Yes.
guess, right? I got to be careful with my word.
I just
my
feel like
verbiage.
it's gone. There's no substance to it, the hollow one.
That's
It's a
part of
little
the fun.
misleading.
Right, well, hey, we can agree to disagree, right?
I guess so, because I'm adamant about
Okay.
the solid chocolate
well, I know
bunnies
what
versus hollow.
I know what I'll get you this year, all right? Jeez.
All right, so if you are a big fan of cat naps, you could be happier than the average person. A new British study has found that daily naps of 30 minutes or less, that's the magic number.
Okay.
You can't go over 30 minutes.
Longer, because then you wake up and like, what year is it? What planet am I on?
Which
What's
is
my name?
pretty much my life.
Every day.
Yeah, researchers found that 66% of study participants who power napped regularly were happier than both non-nappers and people who took longer naps. So once you exceed that 30 minutes, all the good benefits associated with napping goes away.
I think I'll just take a bunch of small 30-minute naps throughout the day. Maybe
That's
after
a nice
the show.
idea. Are you
when I
able
get
to do
home.
that?
Nope, but I wish I could. That would be nice. But I mean, a nap really makes a difference. You get
It
those
does.
short naps, but they say, what, 20 minutes is your sleep pattern? That's the...
Yeah, you don't want to extend. I mean, I used to be a bit before the baby. I used to split my sleep, so I would sleep 4 hours in the afternoon. Try recovering from a 4-hour nap.
Not easy,
Trying
huh?
to make, yeah, it just doesn't work well.
But you did it. You're here. You
Well,
made it.
we all survived.
All right. Hey, guys.